Rainbow Six Siege is a game which punishes you for making mistakes, but it's also a game which rewards you for taking risks and acting off of intel and the momentum your team have gained. But I feel like a massive thing which a lot of people make a mistake in Rainbow Six Siege is that they constantly try and be the hero player every single round. And what I mean by trying to be the hero player is to someone who is trying to go for like a 3k or something like that, someone who's trying to make that massive play that will change the round, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, and a lot of the time that is needed, but the issue is knowing when to do this and when not to do this, and especially depending on what operator you are playing. A lot of the times these may be your teammates who are simply just running around without droning, no intel, and trying to go for every single frag and swing they can, and although this may work for them sometimes, a majority of the time they're also probably putting you at a hindrance, and they're simply playing off their own ego. What sets apart good and great players is when people know when to dial it back, play that support role, or if you are playing an entry for example, at least waiting on intel to act alongside your team. I want to show you two separate rounds from the same game where I played a more support role working alongside my team compared to the other round where one of us really had to make a hero play because we were really in a bad position. Take a look.
Changing mags.
Bomb has been located.
I'm gonna try to on the floor out if I can.
The captain's in 2.
Hayden to exhibition, by the way, holding upstairs. Same with Dog, he's holding balcony. 2 barrels on ping, on ping.
Captain was
And
rolling.
the cake wall,
That's them.
there's 2 cake walls on the ping. They're both there. Kate's in this corner. On 5 ping, nice. Kate dead. 2 barrels behind dead. On like a rotation all the way next to the site.
Still there? Is that exact ping?
On site, on
Cool,
site.
route to
Yeah,
C4.
there's that ping right now. He's holding C4, he's holding C4. Oh, he's off.
Dead?
That's him dead, nice. Capcan, no idea where Capcan is.
He was last in 2 of them ages ago.
I think he's offside. Yeah, next to Kudos.
Dragon and dragon. Good shit, boys.
Good work,
Good shit, lads. Come on.
Now what happened in that clip is we're pushing exhibition and office, and we were kind of struggling to get the electric claw off the wall. After my teammates drove me in below, I took control of this area and attempted to clear the electric claw. However, he had them placed in smart locations where you actually can't hit from below with ease. So that is when we start to change it up a little bit, and instead of just attempting to take head-on gunfights as Buck here, an operator who is perfectly capable of that, I'm going to spend a majority of this round simply opening up the floor above me to push a lot of defenders out of different locations into the crosshairs of my fellow attackers. I even got a few picks myself. And of course, once my teammates started to get the control they needed, that is when I repositioned up to the top of house stairs to hold Dragon. I did lose the gunfight against the Capcan, which is completely fair, but my teammates had enough control to continue to win that round. But now I want to show you that same match a few rounds later when we're actually at full overtime match point, and they also brought a Tuberal this time, and we simply were struggling with the breach. This was a big failure on our behalf, but it is something that happens. And after my play a few rounds ago, they also completely locked down the bottom floor, and we simply didn't have the time and utility to clear it after we realized. So this is one of the occasions where I simply have to now go for a hero play and start playing with less intel than I would like and focus more on gunplay. Take a look. Can we breach this wall?
Can we get office wall maybe?
I'm going for a small bar.
2 barrels behind dead. On just missed on.
If that chicken, you.
I'm in sight.
2 barrels. 2 barrels. Oh, you got 2 barrels. I think 2's offside. 2 offside. I think it's Warden and Legion was near there. Wait, run out.
4 last.
Good fucking shit, boy! But as you can see, the passion was clearly there. That's what happens when you bring Marley in the rank stack. He brings the passion. But I feel like those two clips in the same game were a really good example of knowing when and when not to just try and be the hero and swing every corner, and for the lack of better terms, throw your body. But I think this also comes down to a core mindset for a lot of players who would always rather be the one getting the kill than supporting the kills in a sense. I want to show you another clip which I'm going to do a live commentary breakdown of because I feel like like it fundamentally shows a major issue a lot of players may have when it comes to especially being in a 5v1 situation like it would be in that clip. But it kind of just goes to show that a lot of the time when someone gets the advantage, they then kind of forget the fundamentals of Siege and everyone turns into a TDM player. So this one is quite a funny clip because this is something which is very common to me when I play Brava, and that's the fact that all my teammates will just run in and die before I even do anything. I mean, just look at the operator lineup. We've got a Blackbeard, Ash, Lion, and Blitz, and I'm Brava. You know, I'm trying to play the operators correctly here, and you'll see what happens is. So I know they have a cap can, that is why I'm hard countering him with Brava. Not sure why his cap cans are placed so high. This is supposedly a high elo lobby as well, but hey ho, I guess we played against a very interesting cap can player. But what you'll see is I hack that one right in front of him, by the way, and he hits it. No idea what cap can's on about, but I mean, you'll see my reaction there. I'm like, what the hell? How have you hit that? You'll see another head level cap can here. Cap can was on a weird one this game, but regardless of the point, I'm trying to play Brava correctly. I'm hacking cap can traps. Probably could have hacked that bulletproof camera. Don't know why I didn't, but I think I was mainly focusing on cap can traps right now. And as you see, my teammates are dropping like flies. So I'm like, right, I'm just going to stick my drone in stock in case I need to use it later. We're already at 2v5 and there's still 2 minutes and 15 seconds left. Even though my teammates, were playing Russian operators, they weren't even doing a coordinated rush. They were all just running in the building and dying. So I go to stock to at least try and take a gunfight with the person I know I can get closest to, which is the Frost. So I'm going on rappel. Just seeing maybe one might be top square to try and get me off the rappel. So I'm setting up a drone there for my flank as well. Will my teammates even watch it? Who knows? This is why I don't solo queue very often. But I'm trying to isolate a gunfight on this Frost because I feel like, especially in a 1v5 situation, people get a bit overconfident and will swing into your angle. So I'm holding the angle, take a few shots on her, don't kill her, I whiff a wee bit, so I'm like, right, just going to completely change the game plan here. Now, although I have a clutch drone in my pocket, I'm simply not going to waste time trying to get anything else. There's no point. In a 1v5 situation, even if I hack a double cap can, for the majority of the time, it's just not going to change that much in the round. I, at this moment at least, have to rely on my gun because time is of the essence. And this is a major issue, which I want to point out when people are in a clutch situation, is that they wait so long to push. I'm in a 1v5. I need this 1 minute and 42 seconds as much as I can. The more you waste being too scared and hoping they swing into your angles, the less likely you are to win. You have to go for it. That's simply how it is when you clutch. You just have to try, go for it. So that's what I'm doing right here. I'm like, well, diffuser's down on main stairs. We might as well just push marble and see what happens. Now, this right here is a major failure of the defenders, but it's just kind of been like how the average Siege player has been these days, which is really annoying. And that's the fact that everyone is trying to be the hero. Legion, Dot, Capcan, Frost, Vigil. Not a single one of them are playing this camera in a 5v1 situation. It's because everyone wants to be the last player to get that kill and everything, and everyone wants to be the gunner, you know what I mean? It's a major failure of Siege mindset and playstyle recently, which is really making the average player terrible at this game, and it's no wonder people hate their solo queue teammates because they all play like these players, because you always see it happen here. Just one of them, if one of them was on that camera, I would have then had to either shot the camera, giving away my position, or they could just call out to their teammates that I'm bottom marble. But no one's on that camera, so why should I shoot it and give away my position? I'm just going to push and try and get the diffuser. Again, I still have a minute 30 to work with here. Now, because I'm slow walking, no one's put any traps on main stairs either. I can just walk up. Oh, hi Frost, look at you holding the skylight. What are you doing? Take her out. Now, here's another major thing which the defense failed at here, and again, is why you can do situations like these if you have that bit of confidence. So up here is where we have a very dangerous crossfire, or there should be a crossfire. Vigil is to my left, Capcan is to my right. Now, any good player, right, should force me as the Brava to walk onto that platform there. So where you see my cursor, where the Frost body is, I should be forced to walk into that position if I want to take a gunfight on any of them. Because then I'm exposed to the doorway, I'm exposed to elevator, I'm exposed to stock, and there's simply no way that I can take a 360 gunfight between people in front of me and behind me. At least one of them is bound to kill me. However, Capcan is playing this situation correctly, because he is to our right here. So just let this play out a little bit after I kill Frost. Capcan is standing by stock door. So if I pause this, Capcan is over here to the right and Vigil is over here to the left. I kill the Frost, I give away my position. Capcan maintains his position there because why should he swing me? there should be no reason for Kapkan to swing me. I should have to swing them, and they should punish me for it. But Vigil, however, who's playing by Elevator, gets way too cocky and allows me to swing into him in a 1v1 gunfight where I win. Now, Kapkan was playing that situation correctly a second ago, but now he played it wrong because, although he was trying to hold a crossfire and his teammate let him down, here is where he is making a mistake. Because I am pre-firing because I know this guy is going to swing. I know what Siege players are like. I know he's going to try and swing me. Kapkan should have understood this situation. I've just killed Frost. I've just killed Vigil. He should back up and play alongside Doc and Legion, and they should try and hold a crossfire on me, whilst the dead defenders then try and go on cams. But instead, Kapkan pulls a Vigil and tries to swing me as well, putting us in a 1v2. Now, remember I said a second ago that they weren't on cams, which what led to me being able to do that? Well, it looks like they've learned their lesson, because now, as you can see, the dead defenders have went on lobby cam. But I have the confidence now that I don't even care if they know that I'm in lobby. I can take a gunfight on these two because they won't be playing coordinated as well. So I get up to here, and fair enough, I could have used my drone here, but I had the confidence that, listen, I'm just going to have to take on 1v1 gunfights here and see how it goes. I get a shot on the Legion who overpeaked. So I'm just going to hold that position as much as possible and not get too aggressive because I still have a minute to work with here, and I'm going to see how much they're going to peek into my angles. Again, I'm going to have the confidence of trying to take one at a time. Now, I'll rewind that bit a little bit. I heard Doc who pushed up Elevator. Again, these players are not really holding a crossfire. They're trying to do a flank pinch, but in a position like this, I have so much to work with because Legion is haphazardly taking fights with me, and he's a bit scared of doing it. And he's actually going to stop peeking after I shoot him a few times. He's going to go for a peek again, but then I hear his teammate flanking, again, giving me another 1v1. Now, neither of us win that engagement, and now they're trying to pressure a flank on me. But you have to realize, if they're just going to be this passive about it, it's just going to give me another reason to take a 1v1 gunfight, which is what I'm going to do. I'm going to swing back into Legion's angle. He almost gets me, but he's playing a punch hole, and I take out the Legion. Then it's just the Doc. I knew that he was Elevator side. He most likely would have rotated back to site, especially since his teammate died. And then I can just hold his angle from here, because again, he overpeaks when he doesn't need to. Take him out with a headshot, and that's a win. So don't get me wrong, knowing when to play aggressive, knowing when to go for hero plays, and knowing when not to can be quite difficult sometimes. Especially if you're in a 5v1 situation, at least make sure that one of you are on cameras, because a clutch is not impossible, especially when you're going to give your enemy just 1v1 gunfights constantly. Don't give up crossfires with your teammates to go for an ego swing and try and get the kill. I feel like we've severely overvalued what it means to be a good player in this game by simply just getting kills, because it leads to a lot of players trying to get an ego from it, and it just leads to over aggression, which ends up selling you the round for both when you're on attack and on defense. Think of it like a game of football. You may be an extremely good striker, but you can't just solo your opponent every single time with aggression. You have to work towards that point which allows you to go for your execute. Sometimes there may be a gap which really allows you to play aggressive and bypass a lot of steps you would necessarily take, but those are few and far between, and you shouldn't use that as an excuse to try and do that every single game. Even if you are really good at aiming, understand your limits as well as the position and situations you are in. You don't want to be the person that sells the round, and if we're being honest, a lot of the time you may not even realize it because you'll probably end up blaming your team because they were the ones who died last, so therefore it's their fault because the enemy killed them. When in reality, if you just played a bit less aggressive in this situation at hand and played alongside your team holding crossfires and playing refrags, then you probably would have won that round. Although it may not be as flashy, who cares? You're probably only going to post your clip to 4 people on TikTok anyway. Drop the ego. So be sure to let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you think you have a good understanding of when you shouldn't play aggressive and go for some hero plays? Or do you think you can admit sometimes that you play too aggressive and it's something you would like to fix? Be sure to let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Drop a like on this video if you did enjoy. Subscribe if you're new. Catch you all later. I love you all. Stay safe. Peace.